Yes! Loneliest night of the week, Lonely Friday night. And what on earth would the loneliest night of the week be without the loneliest show on the internet? Welcome to Sam Roberts Now. I hope you're all getting ready for an absolutely incredible weekend, or you've got an incredible week ahead of you, or whatever's happening. I hope it's incredible. We've got Hot Dog here. I mean, if you want to start things off incredibly, I think that that's a great way to do it. Don't you, Hot Dog?
Here to remind you that as lonely as you are, things could be worse.
Things could be worse, but ultimately, that means better, doesn't it?
Yes.
I think so. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us here on youtube.com /NotSam for Sam Roberts Now. And, I mean, it's been a big week for a lot of people. Lots of breaking news this week. I mean, but I'll tell you, and we'll get to all of it. That's what we do here on Sam Roberts Now. But the person that I'm probably happiest for in terms of getting a little attention, Hot Dog, have you ever been to Corpus Christi, Texas?
I haven't, and I never intend to in my life.
Well, if you are there, the Cinemark Theater may be the spot to go. Because this kid has made such an impact, in my world anyway. He's a popcorn server at the Cinemark there in Corpus Christi. And look at this kid. Look at this guy. Look at the swag on this kid.
Very good.
Look at him. His name's
awesome.
Jason. Now, I know what you're saying, big deal. He spun the thing, he spun the barrel. Here's what impressed me, and I'm so glad, because you never know. This clip culture of ours takes everything out of context. What we get to see here now is something that, and maybe people in Corpus Christi, I think that's where he's at anyway, maybe they've been spoiled by it. Maybe this is just what they're used to. But for me, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I worked this job. Hot Dog, you worked this job, okay? You've poured popcorn into barrels before, yes?
Yeah.
So have I.
Hated it.
I was a popcorn server at a theater, and the only time I ever got any pleasure is the one time that I could look at somebody, because at my movie theater, the way we did inventory of the concessions at the end of the night was we counted popcorn barrels. You know, you don't count the popcorn kernels. You count how many barrels you have before the night, and you count how many barrels you have at the end of the night, or bags, or whatever it is. So
we counted the seeds at ours.
You counted the individual seeds. Well, that's one way to do it. That's a different way to do it. But I think yours might have been a little bit more accurate. But we couldn't give out extra popcorn containers because of this. Because if you give somebody a free bag, it's like your count would be off, and then everybody would question you. The only time I derived any pleasure serving popcorn at a movie theater was when a lady came to the register and said, "Can I get an extra bag with my popcorn?" And I said, "Yes, but I'll have to charge you for it." And she said, "Okay, no problem." I said, "Okay." I poured her a bag of popcorn, got an extra bag. I said, "That'll be $8. She said, $8? I said, "Yeah, I charge you for 2 popcorns." She said, "But one was just the bag." And this was it. I felt so good. This is how miserable I was at the job. I leaned in and I said, "Miss, we don't sell bags." And she was furious for good reason, okay? Is a bad employee that day. The customer should always be right? No, for me, I go, "We don't sell bags." It's the opposite of Jason in Corpus Christi, okay? Movie theaters should be fighting to get an employee like this. Look at him. We're very blessed here because whoever made this clip left the camera on long enough, because this clip starts and he's 3/4 of the way done with that first popcorn bucket. But he left the clip long enough so we could watch a full popcorn bucket in action. And this is the big size, so we can see what he's got for us. You ready for this, Hot Dog?
Yeah.
Check this out. Spins it. What a move. Oh, butter, 1 layer. Scoop, spin, butter, 2 layers. Scoop, look at that. Mixes it. 3 layers. Scoop, Like nothing. One hand. Another layer. Is he done? Nope. Another scoop. Butter. Boom. There you go.
Thank you.
12 seconds later, and he looks at you like it ain't no thing. You see, this is the swag.
Thank you.
The swag. He just throws up the deuces because he knows no one's touching him. Look at him. He doesn't even have to make eye contact with you. He knows you're impressed. He knows that you've seen something special. I love that. He barely even holds it up. I can't even hit pause. The deuce, there it is. Not even looking at you. Deuces, you want to film me? Film me. It's not going to make any difference. I don't do this for the clout. I don't do this for the social media of it all. I do this for the love of the game. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I could tell the way it was filled up. He's not going to have like a buttery top layer and then cold, dry popcorn underneath like most of us do. No. This customer is going to have a delicious handful of popcorn every single time he goes in. It's an incredible thing. Don't you think, Hot Dog?
Sam, at the expense of me sounding like a hater.
Did you see what he just did? Look at the deuces.
At the expense, I'm not trying to sound like a hater.
You sound like a hater already. I can't believe that this is the angle you would take on this kid.
But I saw this video earlier in the week.
Yeah.
And I was disgusted. I absolutely despise this
No, look at it. He even got a little love from the company. Cinemark was like, yep, he's one of ours. Look at him. This is another video. Look at the spin on him. Look at the spin on him. Boom, deuces. Look at that smile with the deuces. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I would wear that on a t-shirt. You know how proud I would be? If I was like, look, I was telling my neighbors, oh, what's your son up to? Well, he works in the movie theater. And they go, really? He's working in the movie theater? I go, yeah, but look at him. Look at what he's doing. Look at what he's doing in the movie theater. This is somebody who takes pride in their work. This is somebody who shows up and goes like this. Whatever I'm doing, I want to be the greatest to ever do it. I want to be the best of all time, no matter what I'm doing. And a lot of people say that. They go, man, whatever I'm doing, I try to be the best. And I go, I watch you. I watch what you do. You are not trying to be the best. You're not trying to be the worst, but you are not trying to be the best. You're trying to do what the job entails, and that's it. This kid, Jason, he wakes up every morning and he pisses excellence. He decides that whatever position he's got, he's going to try to be the best. If I walked into a movie, I see that. I see a guy that if I walked into a movie theater and he handed me that popcorn, I go, how would you like to be the new hot dog? That's what I would say to him. That's what I would say, because I'd be so impressed.
That's not what I say.
Because that's the effort that he's going to put into whatever he's doing. It's not like he has this, look at, he throws the deuces up. It's not like he has this lifelong passion for serving popcorn. He just has a passion for being great and taking pride in what he does. He wakes up, he's not miserable. He's like most of you people. He's not miserable. He's not mad about his station in life. He's going to go ahead and say, hey, I woke up and decided to be great. I chose greatness this morning. And they go, how can you be great if you work at a movie theater? And he goes, deuces, watch me. And this is what he does. People say that. How can I be great if I'm stuck doing this? I just watched a man who serves popcorn for $7 an hour in Corpus Christi, Texas, decide to be great. And that's what he did. I don't understand how you could have a problem with that. Look at the smug, the smug look on your face. It's disgusting.
Is that what you see, Sam? You see greatness? I see a fucking insufferable ass kid is what I see.
How is that? Why wouldn't you want somebody who's like, hey, I'm here to be the best? You know what that kid doesn't do?
What?
Fuck up a New Year's party. How about that, hot dog? I'm sorry. I had to get personal. He doesn't fuck up the New Year's party. If that kid's a party planner, it's the greatest party you've ever seen. If that kid is an Uber driver, you're not going to hit one pothole.
He's insufferable. The movie theater breaks souls. You go there, and within a week, you're defeated, and you just want to do your job, and you want to get out there. And
No.
the fact that he's out here fucking flipping popcorn
because
bags
you know why you don't
something.
like him? You know why you don't like him? Because he proves that it's you. It's not them. It's not the job. It's not the theater. It's not your manager not treating you right. It's not this guy. It's not, oh, we're the workers. We need more. It's you and your attitude. Hot dog.
Just fucking scoop the bag. Just scoop the popcorn. Greatness isn't flipping fucking bags.
That's
greatness.
greatness.
Is giving me. No, it's not greatness. Greatness is
see
scooping up the popcorn and throwing it in the bag and handing it off to me.
How's that great? That's not great. That's not great. Did you see? Did you see how many levels of butter there were on that barrel of popcorn?
Cool, dude.
I've been to the movie theater where I'm like, can you fill it up halfway? And they go, that's greatness. Yeah, whatever. I'll fill it up halfway. They jizz in the butter sometimes. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. No,
I've heard that.
Now imagine a whole a 7 o'clock rush coming in, and you're working hard next to this guy.
Every minute is a rush. Every minute is a rush because everybody wants to be a part of the action. You know who that guy's like? Nicole Kidman, sitting in the middle of the AMC going like, even though I'm in the movies, sitting in a movie theater is the most incredible, wonderful experience that you'll ever have. You know how Nicole Kidman and Vin Diesel, they love sitting in empty movie theaters and the magic just surrounds them and they can't believe it? You know what this kid writes on his resume? That he works in show business.
I guarantee.
He works in entertainment. Okay, this kid.
I guarantee if you were working at the movie theater,
go ahead,
and you were working with this guy, you would hate his fucking guts. A fucking 7 p.m. rush comes in. There's 6 sold out theaters,
right?
And then this guy's out here fucking twirling bags.
He's the Harlem Globetrotters. He's the Harlem Globetrotters over here doing that. But you know what? Here's what would happen. If I were a younger man, I would hate him, and then I would mature. I'd get a little older, and I realized the only reason that I hated him was because he was pointing out all of my inadequacies, and that's not a reason to hate somebody. If anything, I should love him. For him showing me that I can be better. I can be him. I can be
You are
great.
pissing me off to know this guy is not better. This guy is not showing
He's not.
my
You're saying
weaknesses.
that you're saying that you are not worse than him when it comes to serving pot. Look at this. Look at him again. I'm going to take you back here to the beginning of the barrel. Look at this guy. Flips it. Whoa, oh, look at that Michael Jackson move. I love it. I love it. A little shoulder action because you got to loosen up because he's going to do some spinning, baby. We're going to do some spinning. So let me loosen up. Boom. Catches it midair. Circles it around. Gets it all the way around. Boom. Circles it around. Catches it all the way around. And he's not doing this. Here's the difference. He's not looking. The person who's filming him on the phone is going, oh, that's cool. That's cool. He's not even looking at him. He's not looking at him going, oh, will you give me my credit? Nope. He's not. That's not why he's doing it, okay? He's doing it because he chose greatness. See? Spins it again. No problem. Catches it in midair. These nudniks are looking around going, I will never be Jason. I'll never be him. That's what those guys are thinking.
This is the guy.
Go ahead.
Who I bet you if you're taking an extra 2 or 3 minute break in the restroom or in the break room, he probably tells management, Sam he's gone over his 45 minutes, right? I bet you he's a suck up. I bet you he is trying to get the manager position, so he's trying a little bit too fucking extra at the expense of
I'm sorry that he believes in upward momentum, upward mobility. I don't think
he's a fucking dick.
There's nothing in that clip that makes him seem like a rat. Nothing. You're getting all your own shit and you're putting it on this poor kid. There's nothing there that makes it.
I've met these kids.
You never met anybody like Jason.
Sorry, they weren't twirling around, but they were doing an extra. They were being extra, and he's doing it. It's very self-indulgent. Is what he's doing.
Self-indulgent.
Of course it is.
It's the service industry. He's serving.
Bullshit. It's self-indulgent. He snitches on everyone with his little, and then he goes like this, and then he thinks people like him and they don't. I hate it. I absolutely
like
hate
him.
it. Just scoop up the bag.
I like him.
Yeah, of course you do.
And if
Yeah,
he
but
came
you're
to
not
me
living
going
together.
like, if he came to me and he was like, I might be able to do a hot dog's job if you want it, I'd be like, yeah, we should try it. Yeah, we
Until
should.
you're with him for 8 hours. And then you figure out, oh, this guy is just, he never turns it off. He never turns it off. He's always doing this shit.
You don't think he'd be cool? Like if he came to Orlando with me to shoot Shawn Michaels, you don't think it'd be like, oh yeah, let's go chill before this?
He'd probably be twirling the fucking camera while he's setting up. And you'd be like, what are you doing?
Just set the camera up, dude. Just set the.
Yes, exactly.
No, I want HBK to see me. No, just set the camera up. Just set it up. Just regular. Just regular. No, I chose greatness this morning. Just do regular. Just do regular.
No, exactly. This is great. That is awesome for 10 minutes. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, during rush hour.
Well,
No.
he would get breaks.
Yes, you're right.
He wouldn't do it 8 hours straight. He would get breaks.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd hire that kid to do anything. I can't believe that you're.
Fuck him.
I can't believe you're saying that right now. That's terrible.
There's something off with him. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know
It's not
you.
us, it's him.
You think there's something off with him because he's striving for greatness, because he's trying to be awesome doing whatever it is that he's doing, no matter what. You
know
think
who he
that
is?
that's wrong. You see, this is who you are, Hot Dog. You're the guy that wants to bring everybody down. Like you love a curved grade. You want to bring everybody down so that way that you are a little better. You know, like that way, if you're right in the middle, you want to bring everybody down so that way you're top 3/4. You don't go, oh, maybe I should do better so I can grow. You go, well, if I brought the scale down, I'd be closer to the top. That's you.
You know who I am?
Not Jason.
I'm Jennifer Aniston. I'm Jennifer Aniston in Office Space, where she's wearing the minimum recommended amount of flares.
Are you quiet quitting?
I'm-
Are you
I
quiet
should.
quitting right now?
This is enraging. I'm wearing the minimum amount of flares necessary, and then this asshole here
Well-
is like, "Hey guys,
well-
how's it going here?"
Well, that is
30 flares.
the minimum. That is the minimum. We do love when people go above and beyond. You know what? When I was working retail, I never felt so gross as when I was working in Sam Goodies, and we sold replay cards. Like that was when Sam Goody was trying to make money through customer loyalty cards. Like now every store has the customer loyalty card and they're free because it makes people go back to your store and you get to buy and sell. You get to keep all their data and sell it to foreign governments and stuff like that. So
Dope.
it's worth it, you know?
Yeah.
But back then they didn't know. They were like, if you pay us $10, we'll start giving you 20% off. And that was like this thing. And then you'd have to pay monthly. But I would have to get people at the cash register and try to get them to pay for the discount. And it's like it's asinine. But I was all right at it. You know, I was like, yeah, you know, I see you've got this and that and this there. If you bought this now, it would almost pay for itself. And if you come back in later this month, we'll be able to give you another 10%. It'll pay for itself and then some, blah, blah, blah. And so I was selling them, right? We get this new manager. He comes in from the FYE down the street. Now he comes in to be the new manager of Sam Goody because it was kind of a free-for-all there before he got there. And I never met him. First day I met him, he goes, Sam, I hear you've been moving those replay cards. Keep it up. And I went, I felt it all over me. It felt so disgusting. I said, no, I never shilled a replay card again. I couldn't. It felt gross. But if I was sitting there doing backflips trying to get the guards off the video games and stuff like that, I feel like that would be cool. No?
I see, but you kind of see what I'm getting at here. There's something about him that it's just, I'm gonna be the star of the movie theater team. This isn't like,
I think it's great when people choose to go, you know what? I'm going to go and have a good time and do well at work. That's what I'm going to choose to do.
But then scoop up the popcorn, man. Have a good time. Go get high, everyone in the back. It's great.
Get what?
Go have some fun.
Did you do drugs at work?
or go. Have
Did you? Let me ask you this: if somebody ordered a large popcorn, are you filling it up halfway? Butter, half butter, other half. Don't lie. Do not lie.
Absolutely not.
You're an asshole, dude. You're see. That's what I mean.
Unless it's if requested, I have no issue with it.
You wouldn't go.
Zero issue.
Not one day would you go. All right.
If it's not requested of me,
What
no.
What if you went in for the second scoop and as you were scooping, they're like, could you fill it up with butter halfway?
Okay, yeah.
You wouldn't go like this? All right.
No.
I don't believe you.
I'm not, you're painting me as the worst employee of all time. I am the average employee.
I know why. Why would I pay you as that? I think, okay, well, what about this one? I think this one's a great employee too. This was from a couple weeks ago. What about the Waffle House employee that decided to defend her position
she's awesome.
With all of her life? Yes. Now, here in America, Waffle House is where a lot of young people go to start fighting careers. A lot of UFC gyms started closing down as Waffle Houses started opening up because it's where people like to go late at night to get into fights and sometimes have waffles. But a Pier 6 brawl broke out at this Waffle House. Let's take a little look at this.
Bro, what the fuck going on, bro?
There's never been a chain more closely associated with brawls, I don't think, than Waffle House. And maybe, there's just something about a 24-hour restaurant that mainly just serves waffles that you're like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's because it's drunk people food open at a time when drunk people are drunk. So
drunk and hungry in a bad mood.
Yeah. So it just lends itself. Like if a night goes well, you go home with somebody. If a night goes poorly, you go to Waffle House.
Yeah.
You never, like the Waffle House is usually, although, I mean, I've been to a couple Waffle Houses in a pretty good mood, but not always, as was the case here.
It's like I don't know. I don't think we have Waffle Houses in the city, right?
No, nowhere around here. Nowhere.
But our equivalent would be the 24-hour McDonald's.
Yeah, and there's no 24-hour McDonald's between the hours of like 2 a.m. and 4 a.m.
4. Yeah.
2 a.m. to 4 a.m. You got no business going in there. No business.
Bro, I just want my waffles, guys. What you doing, bro?
The guy just wants his waffles. Come on, son. The guy just, all he wants is his waffles.
Yeah, son. Oh, shit. You wildin', guys. Oh.
So, but, I mean.
Oh, shit. You are wildin'.
Oh, Jesus. You see her? She's like, let's fucking go. I'm ready for this. I came prepared. It's this lady right here. This is the person that you want on your side, fighting for you, no matter what.
Shit. Oh.
I mean, this, if we fast forward a little bit, I think there she is getting her head pushed down or something, but I think it's around here. One of the most impressive things I've ever seen. Would you be excited if you were one of these people? Like these guys are like very excited that they're getting to see such a happening. I feel like I'd be pretty thrilled if a brawl like this happened in front of me at a Waffle House. Like if I just came in for like, and I thought I was just going to get waffles, maybe some hash browns, and I got this, I'd probably be pretty pumped about it.
Now that is the service and entertainment industry right there.
There it is. There it is. This is a legendary Waffle House. They said it is. It is. The customers are behind the counter. It's always bad when the customers are behind the counter. Oh, geez. Did you see that fist make contact with her head? Punched right in the ear. She has by the way. This is what I mean. Like, most people, they do the overnight shift in a Waffle House, and they think, okay, whatever. The minute trouble starts, they're just going to go to the back or something. Whatever. You want to rob the place, rob the place. I don't care. This woman has decided, no. I will defend this house. This is my throne as the queen of the Waffle House, and you will not disrupt my throne.
Sometimes you wake up and you got time.
All she's got is time.
Tonight, I got time.
Yeah. This lady showed up at the Waffle House. She goes, I want you to know I work the night shift at the Waffle House. I'll do this all night. I'll be here forever. This doesn't ever have to stop.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Yo. Hey, all y'all need to start trading. No bullshit.
I love that there are people that go inside the restaurant. Like, I'd like to get a closer shot. They're just filming, just shooting it.
I don't know why they're outside. It's not like there's gunshots going on.
Well, I mean, it's getting pretty wild.
All of that. Yo, y'all better than that, man. Come on, man.
I don't know if they are. Oh,
This is great.
look at him go. Look at him go. Uppercut. Uppercut. It's incredible. Throwing elbows. I mean, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable action.
For the price of a waffle. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, what a deal.
Yo. You see the remix? This is one of the greatest video edits I've ever seen. You see John Cena? Somebody added John Cena in. But look at the way the lady just swats away the chair. Boom. No, not here. Not here. She got a giant steel stool thrown at her. I don't think actually by John Cena, but that made it look like it was by John Cena. But look at, swats it away. No, not today, lady. Not today. And not with me. No.
That is greatness.
Unbelievable. See, I categorized these two as the same.
No, absolutely not. I fell in love watching that video.
You love that lady.
I am in love with that woman.
I'm going to tell you something.
The confidence.
I'm going to tell you something that is going to break your heart and will probably make you a Denny's fan over Waffle House for the rest of your life.
She get fired?
Yeah. Of all the dumbass decisions, they fired the chair swatting lady. They fired that woman instead of going ahead and making her the president of Waffle House. They fired her.
She got a raise and a promotion.
1,000%. This is the person that you want defending every shift. Are you kidding me? She put her life on the line, and for what? Chocolate chip waffles? She's not making
She put
money.
her life on the line because she believes in the Waffle House.
Because
she believes in the mantra.
She bleeds batter and maple syrup. Okay? What is the mantra of Waffle House?
I don't know. I had to look that up.
Okay? Find out what the mantra is. But whatever it is, that's her family fucking crest, dude. She walks around saying that proud. I was so... both these people, I mean, she just gave me faith in humanity again. That, like, there are people that will work this hard for you. You wouldn't be there for me if that was happening at the Notsam house. You'd be in the back room.
I try. I don't think I have the finesse, the skill.
Bruh, they're fighting in your restaurant, bro. They're fighting in your restaurant. You got to come over here. Sorry, I woke you up.
Yo. Hey, all y'all need to stop.
Look at the way she attracts the audience. It's incredible.
Yo, they still.
Look at that. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Throw all the furniture you want. Eat it. Eat the furniture.
And hang it up in the rafters.
See ya. That's right. Put her jersey up right now. Go back to that Waffle House and put her syrup and blood-stained jersey up on the ceiling and let people know that the greatest to ever do it was flipping waffles here in this house.
Good food fast is their motto.
That is it really?
Yeah.
They just do waffles. It should be good waffles.
I'm sure they got chicken wings and stuff like that.
No, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I've been to it's waffles, and they have like a griddle. So they do hash browns, waffles, pancakes, and like eggs, bacon. Just stuff you can make in a pan. They don't have a deep fryer, I don't think. Last time I was there, I didn't remember there being any chicken wings. I'd I would go to a Waffle House and go like, I have the chicken and waffles. They're like, we have one of those things. It's like,
Change the motto to that one now to no flips, just fists.
Yes. It's like, why'd you guys decide to stop flipping your waffles? Well, we punch people instead. Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. If you're watching live, super chat in tonight, go ahead and send us a super chat, and we'll acknowledge all super chats here on the air as the show goes on. Speaking of service industry, the movie theater, meals, that's a good tie-in too. Just today, I got to watch The Menu. The Menu is a movie that came out a month or so ago, but everybody's talking about it now because The Menu is now out on streaming. You can get it on Apple, Amazon, wherever you stream movies, or you can watch it for free on HBO Max. And it's a lot of fun, okay? I think it's I don't know who produced it, but I know that Ray Fiennes is in it. You know, he plays this well-to-do hoity-toity chef, Anna Taylor-Joy, the whole thing, Nicholas Hoult, and it from the beginning, you kind of understand. You don't know exactly what it is if you don't know about it. You know, the trailer gives some stuff away. It's a horror / thriller / dark comedy, I would say. A little bit artsy, but good. I liked it because I find in-depth conversation about food so uninteresting, vapid, and dumb that it makes me want horrible things to happen to people, that this is what they're interested in, unless they're like a professional chef. If you're a professional chef and you talk to other professional chefs about your method, then okay. But like if you go to a restaurant and you're like, oh, there's a splash of rosemary that blends so well with this, that does that with that. Shut up. Shut the fuck up and just enjoy your food.
Would you not say that's because food happens to be your least area of expertise?
Yeah, maybe that, not of expertise, of interest or desire. Maybe that's because, if somebody came to me and they were like, Sam, if we give you a shot, you don't have to eat anymore. I'd go, sounds good. So, yeah, I'll take the shot. I could just skip all the meals for the rest of my life. They're like, yeah, we have this IV that if we give you an IV, you get all the protein, everything you need, but you won't ever have to eat at all. I'd go, yeah, I'll take that. 100%. Maybe that's part of it, that I'm like so on the opposite end of the spectrum. But it's so meaningless. Like I watched this documentary on Netflix about sommeliers, like wine people.
Pirates?
I wish. Not sommeliers. Sommeliers. and they have to like sit there and like study where every vineyard is and where every little grape comes from, and then be able to sip wine and spit it out. They don't even actually drink it. And then be able to tell you where it comes from and stuff. And my wife is looking at me and she's like, isn't it amazing that they dedicate their lives to this? I go, no, it's not amazing at all. And she goes, what do you mean? I go, it's just a thing that they decided to learn about. She's like, yeah, but they know everything about wine. And I go, yeah, and guess what? I know who won every Hell in a Cell match, and nobody does a documentary about it. They go like, oh, who cares? He knows about wrestling. This guy knows about grapes. Oh, grapes? Awesome. Who cares?
My roommate's kind of a wine connoisseur.
Is a really or a YouTube wine connoisseur where they're like, oh, I seen a YouTube about this. It's pretty good.
I've gone one time with him wine shopping just because we were passing by a store, and people give you samples and they go like, and this here is from the grapes of whatever the fuck, and it's a 20-year-old, and you do a little tasting, you go, I could feel it. I could,
but you can't. But you can't. No, but you can't.
Yeah.
But you
I consider
can't.
that bullshit.
Horse shit. It's so, but that's why, it's one of the reasons why I like this movie so much, because I feel like it's a commentary on what is so much of not just like food and wine culture, but a lot of highfalutin culture, a lot of hobbies that the wealthier among us enjoy, where they just have all these big, pretentious ways of describing things, and they all mean nothing, and everybody is just trying to fit in. Nobody has a real, like, identity. Everybody just wants to fit in and find there's like one central figure that everybody looks up to, whether it's like the best chef or the best wine person or the best this or the best that. They just blindly listen to them. And that's kind of what this movie is about, that as stuff just gets crazier and crazier, there's an acknowledgement from the people around what's going on that this is bad and there's craziness happening here. But there's that inherent desire to be accepted and to be right and to be looked at as intelligent and of taste. The desire to be looked at as having taste.
Do you consider it douchey?
Just lead people. Hang on one sec. We'll just lead people to take part in these meaningless, stupid, sometimes harmful things. And it's great to see it all play out. I'm sorry I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, sorry. Do you consider it douchey? The only thing that I have that's kind of foodie related is I get excited when I go to a new country. And one of the first things I do is I go, where did Anthony Bourdain go?
That's horrible.
And then
that's
is that horrible?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say, because you're just doing an Anthony Bourdain tour then. That's it. Like, I thought you were going to say, I ask around where, like, the good local food is, which I'd go like, no, I got no problem with that. I mean, if you just want to go on an Anthony Bourdain tour, go on an Anthony Bourdain tour, but that's not the same. Like can you imagine if Anthony Bourdain went around going like, oh, where'd Stanley Tucci go when he was doing his show? Like, it'd be like, what are you doing? It's exactly that.
Thing.
Honestly, dude, it's exactly what I'm talking about. It's literally to the T. It's what the whole movie is about. And I'm sure something that must have driven Anthony Bourdain, God bless his soul, crazy, that to an extent, he almost became what he hated. Anthony Bourdain was such an outlier of this whole thing. Like, he exposed the whole food industry. He exposed all this culture. Like, he let people know that this hole in the wall over here is amazing. And this other thing that everybody's lined up around the block for is bullshit. And then what eventually happens is he becomes the thought leader and the purveyor of taste. And so people go, no, that's bullshit. And you go, why is that bullshit? Because I seen it on Anthony Bourdain that it's bullshit. And you're like, this isn't a thing anymore. This isn't a conversation.
Make a reservation. So, I mean, look, me and my friends were all excited. We were like, okay, dinner Tuesday. Anthony Bourdain stopped there, and then we went there and we had someone. We paid a guy in the street to serenade us as we ate for his guitar.
You know, it's
play music.
Dude. When you're like, we want to go to Anthony Bourdain's place, and you're like, how is this Anthony Bourdain's place? And it's because he ate there. What?
Yeah,
that's not what makes it your place. Yeah, no, that's exactly. Even though I like Anthony Bourdain,
he's great, awesome.
He's incredible. He was an incredible person too. One time I saw him in Madison Square Garden, and we said hi to each other. You know, we were at a WWE show. He's bringing his kids. Had a great time there, but like, wow, I had known him from radio and stuff like that. So we said hi to each other. You know, it was awesome. And Roland was with me, and he was so insecure about Anthony Bourdain saying hello to me and not him.
Oh my God, no.
That he leaned over and he, with his fingertips, stroked Anthony Bourdain's arm like this and said, hey. Because he wanted the acknowledgement too. So bad.
I could see that crushing him. I mean, he's the guy. He's the food guy.
Yeah. But that's what this whole thing is about. That they're all there because, oh no, this chef, like so the movie is about this chef that is like so renowned and does all these things with food that you would never think of, and he lives on this island where they catch their own fish and they have their own chickens and they grow their own plants. And you go there, you have to take a boat. It's incredibly expensive. You have to take a boat there. You have to do exactly what the chef says. They give you a tour of the island, and then and you sit down, and you have to, and the chef tells you what to eat, how to experience it. He's creating a food experience. He even says, "Do not eat this food. Don't eat it. This food is too good to be eaten. Taste it. Savor it. Do the," and you're like, yeah. And then it devolves from there and goes crazy. And everything that you want to see happen to people that would fall for that, it happens to the people who go along with that. There's without giving anything away, by the end of it, you realize there are similarities to movies like The Wicker Man. The Wicker Man, got the poster there. I don't know. Let me see if you can see it. Wicker Man, that's the poster behind the championship bout. You can barely see it, but if we zoomed out a little, there's a great Wicker Man poster behind me. One of my favorite movies from the 1970s. Awesome movie, incredible. Also, like Midsummer is a movie that I feel like eventually you'll figure out that it draws from. And I love that it drew from there, because when you realize that it's drawing from there, these movies, Midsummer, The Wicker Man, it's these like folksy cults that are centered around all this weird behavior. And you realize that stuff that when you came into this movie, you're like, oh, I recognize this behavior. This is the behavior of somebody, of the wealthy, of the tasteful, of the this, the behavior that I aspire to be able to understand one day. And you realize, oh, it's a silly cult. And I don't know. I felt good about it. It's one that I would definitely recommend streaming it. It's on HBO anyway. If you got HBO, stream it. You know I'm good for my movie recommendations. It's one that if you watch with somebody, you guys will be able to talk about it afterwards. What do you think they were trying to say? What do you think the point was there? But it's also their funny parts, their gory parts. Plenty of gore. You know I need my gore. Good stuff.
So I'm guessing you're not a fan of like the over presentation when it comes to food and at a dinner place. You know, when there's like fire and like sparkles and all this pizzazz. I'm guessing you're not a fan of that, right?
No, because then they go, I'm not even a fan of a place that asks me why I didn't eat all the food on my plate.
Oh, I hate that.
Like they're like, oh, was it not to your liking? Oh, you know what was not to my liking? You minding my business. How about that? I have peculiar tastes. I don't want to explain it to you because you will look down on me. And so I'd rather avoid this conversation altogether. Take the salad back. I'm not going to eat it. That's it. And there will never come a time. There will never come a time where I have to sit there. I go to a steakhouse. I don't care who I'm with. I'm getting the chicken Christopher, okay? What's your chicken dish here? They're like, it's a steakhouse. I understand. What's the chicken dish? I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm here because you know what food is? Hot dog? Food is not art. Food is not, it's sustenance. It's sustenance. You have to have food. You have to.
I thought food was an indulgence.
It can become an indulgence. But I don't know what house you grew up in that just eating food is an indulgence. You have to eat it. It's not indulgent to eat. It's imperative. You would die otherwise. You wouldn't get any nutrients. Regardless, it's a fun-ass movie. The Menu. HBO Max. Check it out. Somebody in the chat, DQ, keeps talking about poutine. Now that we're, because we're talking about food so much, it's embarrassing that that's Montreal's national dish, poutine.
What is poutine?
Disco fries. It's disco fries. It's fries with gravy and cheese curds in it, but it's disco fries from the diner. That's it. That's it.
Doesn't even look like that's like that crispy. Just looks sad. Like,
well, because there's so much gravy on it, they get soggy.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it sucks. I will tell you, it's been an interesting week for the Paul brothers. Have you been keeping up with the Paul brothers this week, Hot Dog?
All day. My life is all about the Paul brothers.
Both of them. Because I feel like this week, Jake Paul is kind of coming out net positive. Logan Paul has not hit net positive yet.
Not his week.
So Logan Paul had a rough Christmas. Coffeezilla came out with a 3-part docuseries that called him a scam artist. I guess Logan Paul was an investigation, not really a docuseries. I guess Logan Paul was trying to launch like a year ago this game called Crypto Zoo. This was when the NFT thing was like flying high, which, by the way, I was right from the beginning about these NFTs. But it's when the NFT thing was flying high. And the way Crypto Zoo worked was you could buy an NFT egg, and then the egg would hatch. And when the egg hatched, an NFT animal came out. And that NFT animal would produce a hybrid. Now, it felt to me like it was kind of like designed to be like Pokemons. Pokemon's like evolve.
Pokemon.
Right.
No S.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? They evolve into like, Mewtwo or whatever. Charizard's a perfect
Mewtwo
example.
can evolve, silly.
That was a dumb thing I said, huh?
Silly goose.
Yeah. But yeah, you get very lucky if you get a Charizard. You get very lucky if you get a certain hybrid. I think that's the model that he was going for. So I guess a lot of people sunk money into this thing at launch. And Coffeezilla was saying that the whole thing ended up being kind of disastrous at launch. It was very, very buggy. Some of the eggs didn't even hatch. People were stuck. Nobody made any money. Nobody made a dime. So although Logan Paul and his manager never sold any of the money that they had invested in it, they never made any money themselves either. So
I don't think the game actually launched.
Well, people got their eggs. I mean, people put money in it.
They were like there was the thing where they were like the investors who, people who like invested early or whatever were able to get some of the, assets or whatever, but I don't think it ever officially launched to the public. That's why when you look at
so how did people lose all their money?
People who invested in it early on and put a shit ton of money in it, and they were promised something that never came because the game never came out.
I see. And
but
so
they were never able to make their money back because it was never made available to the public.
And Logan stopped talking about it altogether. He just stopped acknowledging it and was like, I'm Paul and that's between y'all. I don't know anything about it.
Right.
And so this doc comes out exposing him, blah, blah, blah. So Logan Paul made a response video. And in the response video, he said that, that the people that he was working with were bad people. They were bad actors that he was working with. He got, misled like other people got misled, and that the reason he never said anything about this was because there are investigations that are ongoing. He didn't take any responsibility for anything, and he didn't apologize for anything, nothing. He just said, look, I got misled. We're working on it. What do you want me to tell you? And by the way, Coffeezilla, your ass is getting sued. And that was kind of his response to the video, I think. Am I paraphrasing it kind of right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I read the comments, and they just cooked him. He got cooked on it. Cooked.
And he said the game was coming soon.
And then, he said
2023/2024. Now,
who wants that game now? Stick to the drinks. You know what I mean? Nobody wants NFT eggs anymore.
And it sounds like a game now that you are putting out because you have to put it out.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're gonna half-ass it now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is over here going like, don't worry about Logan. I have decided to enter the MMA world. Of course, Jake Paul made all these waves with the celebrity boxing. But I think that Jake Paul got to a place, especially after Anderson Silva, where it was like, where do you go from here? I would imagine that Jake Paul's original plan was to progress until he got to a place where there was enough money on the table that he could attract Conor McGregor to a boxing match with Jake Paul. That would be the big back up the Brinks truck moneymaker. I don't think it was getting there because after the 2 Rashad Evans fights, then he did the Anderson Silva fight, and it was all good. And the Anderson Silva fight was far from a failure. But also, I feel each fight kind of was less and less interesting as they went on. Because the key to these fights is that the casual viewer, let's be honest, is watching because they want Jake Paul to lose. The casual viewer is forking over $80 to watch this on pay-per-view so they could see Jake Paul get shut up and get knocked out. That's what being a heel is all about. I think that in general, people started to figure out Jake Paul is actually kind of good, and he's probably going to win these fights. And so they weren't as interested in seeing this guy who's actually kind of good win fights. Remember he had the celebrity fight with the guy who used to, I think, be a Knicks player, and people were like, well, he's a professional athlete. Jake Paul can't match him. Jake Paul beat him. Then he had Ben Askren. Ben Askren, he's a former MMA fighter. Jake Paul could beat a basketball guy, not Ben Askren. Knocked out Ben Askren. Rashad Evans shows up. I think it was Rashad Evans.
No, that doesn't.
Oh, was it Tyron Woodley?
Yes.
Tyron Woodley shows up, and Tyron Woodley, he goes, Tyron Woodley's like a serious contender who is has a ton of accolades in this fight game, and Jake Paul beat him, and then he beat him twice. Once he beat Tyron Woodley twice, it's like, okay, I actually think Jake Paul is pretty good. And then he beat Anderson Silva. And after that, unless you're ready for the Conor McGregor fight now, which I don't think he is, where are you going to go with the gimmick boxing thing? Because now people have to buy a ticket to see you win. And I don't think there are that many people that are going to pay to see Jake Paul win as compared to the amount of people that will pay to see Jake Paul lose. So Jake Paul's like, okay, forget about the boxing thing. I'll still box. He's not retiring from boxing. But this is his alternative, getting into the MMA world. By the way, this announcement is like the most YouTube thing ever.
And you got all those transitions on motion already.
Oh, my God. Everything is moving. There's music everywhere. The neon lights in the corner. He's a smart guy. Smart guy.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You read the title correctly. I've officially signed as an MMA fighter to the fastest growing sports league in the world. The PFL, baby. Ah!
Big win for Pro Fighters League. Big win for PFL. Action, action, action. Action.
Let's go! The Professional Fighters League, baby. And not only am I an MMA fighter now, officially signed to an organization, but I am also a co-founder of the new PFL pay-per-view super fight division. The big bosses got around the table. Chairman Don Davis, CEO
I love that. There's a super fights division now, which is like, okay, you can have your league, but like when the celebrities come in and just do nonsense fights for big cash, we need our own separate thing. And they're like, yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, you got it.
Carney division is what it's called.
Yeah.
Murray, Nikisa Badarian needs no explanation, and myself. We came together to launch the PFL pay-per-view Super Fight Division. Now, let me explain. I will be the head of fighter advocacy. And as the head of fighter advocacy, I'm going to use my platform to market PFL fighters and introduce them to my fans worldwide. I personally will be deeply involved in making sure that the PFL...
I wonder what his cut is on the people that he brings in. You know what I mean? Like on the people that he markets?
Super Fight Division, our fighters will be receiving 50% of the revenue. Yes, you heard that correctly. A true 50-50 partnership with fighters that still allows them to be...
Why you guys? And he throws Dana off. He's taking shots at Dana. Dana doesn't need that right now.
God, Dana's been fucking the fighters since the beginning of time.
Like you know about anything about MMA. Anything.
What? What?
You don't know shit about MMA.
I've been watching MMA since the Spike TV days.
Since the Spike TV days. I've been watching the UFC since everybody started watching the UFC.
That's not when everyone started watching UFC.
That's literally when they go. The UFC became a big deal when they signed the deal with Spike TV.
That's when it blew. I was in the press conferences when it was empty and I can get my photos with everyone.
Who's your favorite fighter?
White gave me 4 tickets for free once.
Who's your favorite fighter right now? Don't say Izzy.
Right? No.
Don't say Izzy.
No, you're not gonna catch me in a lie. Right now, I've fallen off.
So shut the fuck up then.
But to say that I don't know anything, but I have fallen off.
Yeah, I was about to say, I haven't heard you say one thing about one fight in years.
It got overwhelming.
Oh, you know what happened?
Every 2 weeks.
I've been watching ever since the Spike TV days, but nothing past the Spike TV days.
I was there when John Jones beat Shogun for the title.
Boom. You hear about what John Jones did after that?
First event in New Jersey, huh?
You hear about what John Jones did after that? Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good move for Jake Paul. It makes sense. It's moving in the right direction. It's all entertainment anyway, and it is going to if there's a 50% revenue split, it's going to attract fighters. If there's that much money, and Jake Paul is a draw, he's a pay-per-view draw, especially in MMA where he's unproven, he's going to be able to attract some fighters over there.
I feel like Logan Paul kind of fucked it up for Jake when he fought Mayweather.
Floyd? Because he raised it up here?
Yeah, because Jake's the fight guy, and all of a sudden Logan gets Mayweather. And I feel like that's a fight just as big as, if not, Conor. So I was very confused why they just kind of...
I mean, in terms of... Yeah, well, I think Logan started it with KSI, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but it did become Jake's thing. I just kind of felt weird that...
I think because Logan
I think that kind of messed it up for him.
Logan is still more famous than Jake.
Yeah, but everyone knows Jake is the boxing guy.
Yeah, I think they just figured Logan was the bigger draw.
Yeah, I just think it messed it up for him, because then you go like, oh, they just associate them together, and they go, well, they already fought Mayweather. Why don't we care if one of them fights Silva?
It is a nice thing for Logan to be like, no, like Jake's got this whole list of people, and then Logan's like, Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Well, but also Jake Paul's whole gimmick has been based around the fact that he wins the fights. He's not beating Floyd Mayweather. Like Floyd Mayweather will work for a few rounds, and then they'll work or they'll let him go the distance. But Floyd Mayweather's like, okay, I'll take the check and I'll win the fight. We can go. You can go farther than you have any business going. And I think maybe Jake Paul's not in the business of losing fights because he wants to be able to consistently do it.
Wants to be credible.
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, being credible is all that counts here. And being incredible is all that counts here. It would be incredible if you guys would super chat in. Every super chat gets acknowledged here on Sam Roberts Now. If you'd like to contribute to the show tonight, go ahead and super chat in. Six Crow, always good to hear from you. He says Popcorn Kid thinks he's in the movie Cocktail. Every bar would have somebody who thought they were in Cocktail. That's true.
Just shut up and serve the fucking drink. Or serve the popcorn.
But Tom Cruise is still a movie star. People love Cocktail. People love that Popcorn Kid. Greg Schmidt, I think I know Popcorn Kid. Isn't he from Florida and loves Coke floats and the movie Snow Dogs? I think that's him, yeah. Also, how is Hot Dog's New Year's hotel fines? Hot Dog, I am glad that you survived New Year's Eve. You got through it. Obviously, no jail.
Long nights.
No jail time?
No jail time. I think I only got charged maybe an extra $200.
Cleanup was tough?
I had to go back. We went to a secondary location. We partied until like 7 a.m. until the neighbors started complaining. And then we went back to the penthouse and then we cleaned up.
Good for you. Good for you. Poodlerific spent holiday break with the Jim and Sam way back machine. Listened to Chris the Angry Bagel Boss episode today. Sam cracked me up. I needed those laughs today. Thank you. Thank you, Poodlerific. I think I started calling him Bagel Boy. Not Sam Lehman. Hot Dog hating on someone for doing their job well is one of the most hot dog things I've ever seen. That's fair.
Not doing their job well. They're being extra. I hate being extra.
You don't like being extra.
Showing people off.
You and the gals don't like it when people are extra.
Not at work. We're a team here. Don't fucking do your thing here just and make us look bad.
Gotcha. You're one of those guys. Let's keep the average low.
You may have alluded to that earlier.
Yeah. Hey. Let's not be handing in assignments willy-nilly, okay?
Yeah.
Giving everybody bad ideas, huh? That is one of those things where all the other employees pull the new kid aside and be like, yeah, noticing you're fitting in pretty quick here, huh? Getting your work done pretty quick, huh? Maybe you want to slow down a little bit. What do you think of that? You want to slow down? Slow down, keep the pace at something that we all find appealing? Yeah?
Oh, sure. I get it.
Oh, yeah. You want to bully somebody into slowing down. It's terrible. Greg Schmidt says, Hot Dog is angry because he and Jason have the same build.
It's not true. Why is everyone saying
Popcorn
that?
Kid, yeah. Well, they're worried. They think you're packing on the pounds.
It's just the camera adds it adds 15 pounds is all.
Somebody last week said you look disgusting.
The camera adds 15 pounds. You know that saying.
No, that's true. Suspect Phil said, January 2023, 10 years ago, E-Rock announced his time travel movie script. You didn't know? Search E-Rock's movie explained in 8 minutes. What's the haps? I believe it was loosely based on the show Sliders. If you recall the show Sliders. Not Sam Lehman, one time on a Sunday morning, me and a buddy of mine went to the Waffle House. This was the time of day where it was families and the elderly. My family put money in the jukebox and chose the Kid Rock song Cocky. It got so bad, the manager had to unplug it. Is there a lot of cursing in the song Cocky? It ain't bragging, motherfucker, if you back it up. Yeah, that's a bad. It's so dumb, so garbage. Poodlerific, Waffle House fight like dinner and a show. Yeah, for sure. Not Sam Miguel. Are you doing Sam Roberts now during SmackDown as a protest for Vince returning to WWE? No, we were just delayed today due to other things going on.
Don't even insinuate that.
I'm very interested to see what happens. But I'll tell you what. As long as I've known anybody that's worked in WWE, what has everybody said? Hey, man, it's his sandbox. Hey, it's cool. It's his sandbox. Hey, no problem. It's his sandbox. Well, guess what? It's his sandbox, dude. It's his sandbox. You can't sell a man's sandbox while he's at home. No. That's his sandbox. What a day yesterday and today was, huh? I'll tell you what. It's a great time for wrestling memes. Really great time for wrestling
memes. That's so good.
It's a really, really good time. JD Straight Shot says, let's do a raid on Mike Montone's stream on YouTube. He is live now. I mean, I don't know if a raid, you could politely, if you're entertained by his show, I would recommend watching it, but a raid seems unusually hostile.
No, it's like Twitch. Raids are good.
He's a coworker. Let's see. Everything's coming in. Justin Lopeman Dobson. I'm just here for the chuckles. I hope you got some. Antonio DeRosas. Appreciate the contribution, my friend. Matt Guglielmo. You said you'd be home tonight somewhere around 10. Well, here it's 2 o'clock and you're still not home. I think there's something fishy. I think there's something fishy going on.
Matt, you got a sister?
That got stuck in a lot of people's heads.
Yeah.
I think there's something fishy going on. You know Guglielmo?
Just asking.
You and that Falcone girl, huh? Heisenberg White. Yo, guys, from Buffalo, and was hoping you could shout out a prayer for DeMar. Also, do you prefer ranch or blue cheese on wings? You will be judged harshly if you pick wrong. Get ready to judge me harshly. I'm not a blue cheese guy, and I'm sorry to say that. But with that said,
I don't like either.
You like ranch?
I don't like either.
You got to have some ranch, dude. Ranch is good. I am a ranch guy. I'm sorry to say, but yes. DeMar woke up, right? Is he awake and communicating again?
Yes.
That's
and he was giving
great.
a cheesy fucking line from the doctors.
I don't believe that the doctor said that to him, but I am thrilled that he's awake, communicating, that it seems like he's going to make a recovery. That Monday Night Football moment was about as scary as it gets. And it was certainly one of those moments that makes you realize, like, oh, wait, I forgot. Because people feel real comfortable. I feel like even more so than, like, wrestling fans or TV fans. Sports fans, football fans feel really comfortable screaming at the TV and yelling at the players about doing bad jobs. Like, they feel really comfortable doing that. And I think it was one of those moments where that stopped and you realize, like, these are human beings doing superhuman activities and legit putting their lives on the line. And you say putting your life on the line, but, like, there's dangers like that. Like, dangers on the level that we wouldn't have even thought of. Because it's just giant men slamming into each other at very fast speeds. And a lot of people get a lot of entertainment out of it. So I liked the way everybody except Skip Bayless all came together and was kind of on the same page and sending good thoughts for DeMar. But yeah, man.
Why are people saying that you're skipping their super chat?
Which super chat am I skipping?
Well, it might be Miguel fucking with us, but you said he forgot to do a super chat and then said PTE said Sam, you didn't read mine either.
I read all the super chats, bro.
Yeah, maybe they're being silly gooses.
Yeah, Hot Dog, you're keeping me honest, right? Ain't no super chats I haven't read. I read yours, Miguel. You forgot to read my other super chat. You didn't send another super chat, you broke bastard. Yeah, you didn't send another super chat. I'm looking at the whole list of super chats right here. It starts with 6 Crow at 7:33 p.m. You broke ass. You didn't send any other super chat. Trying to get some free acknowledgement. Not Sam Miguel. If you sent a second super chat, where's the second super chat? Not Sam Miguel. It's one. Are you doing the Sam Roberts now? I did that whole thing. I talked about wrestling memes. Oh. There is another super chat here from Not Sam Miguel. Oh, yeah. It was right under you and Jason having the same build. Does the popcorn kid love The Simpsons and Funkos? I don't know that much about him. But Not Sam Miguel, I respect you for fighting to get that on there.
You broke bastard.
Yeah, you still broke bastard, though. and Kevin Lumford says, hot dog equals hate dog. They don't like that you're hating tonight.
I got a lot of love for a lot of people. He's just not it.
Bob Shafty, hey, you can have Richard Christie from the Howard... Oh, can you have Richard Christie from the Howard Stern Show on to talk horror? I wouldn't heartbeat. I've had many horror-related conversations with Richard, wrestling and horror conversations with Richard Christie in the hallway in front of the bathroom. And he'd be great. That is a guy who is passionate about his horror. I love talking horror movies with Richard Christie. He was supposed to be in the credits for Terrifier 2 because he contributed to the Indiegogo, except he never got the email, or he didn't read the email that said to send your real name in. So they just listed him as his email address, and his email address is like a goof. That's like an inside joke between his friends. I won't say what his email address is, but it's just some goof name, and he didn't get his real name in the credits. And John Fritsch says primetime Mike Montone. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, I appreciate you. And as we stated at the beginning of the year, you got 5 styluses. You might as well use them. Have a good one, everybody. Have a good night.